In the last video, we've looked at Mendel's laws of inheritance and established that the research did not exactly grow in people until much later. Today, we're going to look at the specifics of Mendel's experiment. The reason why Mendel's work was not given enough credit was due to another compelling theory dominating the minds of his contemporaries, called blending inheritance. It postulated that any characteristic inherited by offspring was the average of its parents' traits. So a love child of a red and a white flower would be light red. In hindsight, the theory seems unlikely with a little bit of contemplation, as such a rule inevitably leads to uniform traits as opposed to continuous diversification crucial for natural selection. There are cases, however, in which the offspring has some characteristics of both parents. Some traits are influenced by multiple genes, and a continuum of results is possible. Such traits are said to show continuous variation. In the case of humans, height is an example of continuous variation, while blood type is discontinuous, since everyone belongs to one of the four groups, each with its own distinct characteristics. Mendel's take on inheritance became known as particulate inheritance, as in arising from distinct particles or genes, the precise nature of which would remain a mystery until the second half of the 20th century. So how exactly did Mendel arrive at his conclusions? For his research, he picked traits with discontinuous variation so that any offspring's traits could always be attributed to one and only one parent. The flower color was either red or white with nothing in between. The two different gene variants were called alleles, meaning other in Greek, and the observed traits which they produced were called phenotypes. Peas were selected due to the number of discontinuous traits they possessed, their quick growth to maturity, and last but not least, their ability to self-pollinate. This allowed Mendel to create pure breeds with stable traits. For his research, Mendel took 7 basic characteristics: plant height, seed texture, seed color, flower color, pea pod size, pea pod color, and flower position. A parent generation with one trait, denoted P, was bred with the parent of another trait. Their offspring, F1, where F stands for filial, meaning a descendant, were grown until the next season. F1 offspring would then self-pollinate to produce F2, F3, and so on. While the phenotypes were explored over many generations, it was the first 2 generations that produced the most intriguing results. Across thousands of plants and 7 different traits, a consistent ratio emerged, one which we will examine in the next video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to always get the newest videos straight to your feed.